It's that time of year again. It's the anniversary celebration in Guild Wars 1. If you're only ever going to do one event this year, it should be this one, and why, you might ask? Well, you can get the 10 new elite skills for each profession and a bunch of unique weapons that you can only get during this event. All of these were introduced in the 15th anniversary celebration, but since then it will repeat once every year. And of course, you could always farm to your heart's content and get all those event drops. So with that, let's get into the video. So the first thing you might notice is the Xingje boardwalk is open. If you want to farm those lucky and unlucky titles, just buy a crap ton of those festival tickets and stand in one of the 9 rings, leave your computer on running Guild Wars for about 2 weeks, and not do anything else, and get as many of those points as you can. Or if you actually want to enjoy yourself and play the game, I'd recommend by starting off going for the 10 new elite skills. To do that, you'll first need to get the Proof of Triumph from the Ancient Anniversary Weaponsmith in Embark Beach by trading in 5 Proofs of Legend. And you get the Proofs of Legend by completing cooperative missions throughout the campaigns. You can only get 1 Proof of Legend per level 5 character or higher per region in each campaign. For example, you can do 1 mission in the Ascalon region and 1 in the Crystal Desert region in the Prophecies campaign, and so on. There's a list of all these missions on the wiki that gives you the recommended fastest missions per region. You don't even need to do it in hard mode, and you don't even need to do the bonus for each mission either. Just complete the base mission as fast as you can to farm those Proofs of Legend. I'll leave a link to the wiki so you can have a list of all these missions, but if you want to farm some real quick, I like to do the Augury Rock mission and Prophecies. Just bring any character, change the second profession to Necromancer, and bring Insidious Parasite and Enfeebling Blood. It's that simple, it takes less than a minute. I also like the Unwaking Waters and Imperial Sanctum missions and factions. They're also pretty quick. You can solo Imperial Sanctum with an Elementalist and Assassin. Explanation video in the link below. And there's also Chebec Village, Tirehark, Orchard, and Abaddon's Gate and Nightfall. I really butchered those. If you want something from the Eye of the North, you could also do a Time for Heroes. But by far the easiest way to do this is Augury Rock. It takes less than a minute for each run. So just do that on 5 different characters, get your Proofs of Legend, and trade them in to get the Proof of Triumph. Now, there are 10 skills, 1 for each profession, and each skill requires that profession's unique attribute. For example, spawning power for Ritualist, fast casting for Mesmer, and so on. Therefore, it's not really worth it to get all 10 skills on each respective profession. These are PvE-only skills, so you can't even use Elite Tomes to learn it on every character. So switch to whatever character you do want to get the skill on, and make sure you have a Proof of Triumph in your inventory and have a Signet of Capture equipped. And just like capturing any other elite skill, you have to go and kill a specific boss, use Signet of Capture, and get the skill. I go into each skill in more detail and the locations of where to find the specific bosses in a different video, but in short, the Necromancer skill, Soul Taker, and the Elementalist skill, Over the Limit, can be captured in Perdition Rock from Abaddon's Curse. The Warrior skill, 7 Weapons Stance, the Assassin skill, Shadow Theft, and the Ritualist skill, Weapons of 3 Forges, can be found in the Raisu Palace explorable area by killing Blade Ancient Suyu Shai. For the Ranger and Mesmer, together as 1 and Time Ward respectively, you will need to go to Saknoth Valley and capture them from Furriest Sharpsight. And finally, you will need to go to the Ruptured Heart and capture the skills for Monk, Paragon, and Dervish. Judgment Strike for Monk, Heroic Refrain for Paragon, and Vow of Revolution for Dervish. So just go and kill all these bosses on each of your characters, use Signet Capture, and congratulations! You now have the anniversary event skills. I should also note that you can do this anytime throughout the year, as long as there is someone in your party who has a Proof of Triumph. So if you're watching this at some time in the future and it's not the anniversary event at the time you're watching, just ask around for someone to help you out and you could still capture the skills. Or if you don't have time during the event, you could just have the Proof of Triumph in your inventory and go and capture them later. While trading in your Proofs of Legend, you may have noticed there's a lot of other cool things you can get. You can trade them in and get unique Decade weapons and Anniversary weapons for each of your character's professions. The Anniversary weapons are truly unique in that they have a mixed match weapon type for your profession and will require that profession's unique attribute. For example, there's a shield for Mesmer that requires fast casting, a hammer for Monk that requires Divine Favor, a scythe for Necro that requires Soul Reaping, and so on. The Decade weapons are also really cool. They gain additional effects if any event is going on in the game. If there's no event, you don't get that effect, but they all have interesting skins too. So if you're into collecting, I'd highly recommend getting one of each of these weapons since you can only get them once per year. Something else you can do during this event is get the Genuli Anniversary Storage Voucher. All you need to do is go to this person in Embark Beach and show them a proof of legend. She will give you the voucher, and by double-clicking it, will give you access to the extra storage pane in your chest. You can only do this once per account though, otherwise you'll just receive a Blessing of War instead. And you can get more of these Blessings of War by trading in another 5 Proofs of Legend. And you can trade the Blessings of War for Balthazar weapons. There's nothing really special about these, but they do have some pretty cool skins. Outside of the anniversary event, the only other way to get the Blessing of War is to open up the Zacian chest with Z keys, and that can get expensive really quick. One thing I didn't learn about until recently is that you can unlock the Hound of Balthazar pet for free if it's not already unlocked on your account. Just talk to Sarah, Sword to Fire in Embark Beach, and she will gift you the Hound of Balthazar as an unlockable pet. And if you want to tame any pet at max level 20 immediately in the Zacian Menagerie, I have a tutorial on how to do that as well. And of course, there's always farming the birthday cupcakes, honeycombs, party points, and drunk points. There are so many farms out there, I would be one to know, just check out my channel. But if you're just aiming for farming these treats, I like to do Veatir farming on practically any profession, the well-known raptor farming, or even mantid farming. But if you're into something different, you could always head over and do the Rollerbeetle Racing. This is one of the 3 times per year it's available. You can do it during the Cantha New Year, Dragon Festival, and of course the anniversary celebration. I like to fool around here every once in a while for nostalgia purposes, but typically, I personally don't stay here too long. And last but not least, if you're more into the PvP scene, there's the Hall of Heroes, where once per day per account, you can get a Proof of Steel. Just take the Pilgrimage of the Hall of Heroes quest, and if you win 1 battle or participate in 3 battles, you will get a Proof of Steel. These can be traded in for various chests. The one chest will give you 3 battle iced teas, 3 delicious cakes, and 3 party beacons. The other will give you 3 Z keys, and the last will give you 15 Flames of Balthazar. Now, for me, for the event, as you can imagine, I will most likely be farming, but I will also be doing speed clears with other players, which is the other great thing about the anniversary event. During this time, a lot more players tend to log in and take advantage of the cool things there is to do, whether it be get the anniversary skills, farm points for titles, or just hang out and play with other people. It's a great time, and it shows that Guild Wars 1 is alive. So thank you so much for watching the video. If you enjoyed it, please leave a like down below. It really does help out the channel. And if you're interested in Guild Wars 1 related content, please consider subscribing. And with that, I'll leave you off like I always do. Good luck, have fun, and again, thanks for watching. I'll catch you guys next time.